Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some explosive news for all Garten of Banban fans. If you thought you had seen everything, well, get ready because a brand new mysterious character might be on the way. And no, I'm not joking. This time the clue comes directly from an official source, but very few people actually noticed it. And that's why today you're in the right place at the right time. The official Japanese Twitter account of Garten of Banban has posted a brand new exclusive image that hasn't been shared anywhere else. And in this image, there's a brand new character we've never seen before. And here's the creepy part. This character looks incredibly similar to Banban, but with some disturbing differences. In just a moment, I'll show you the full image, we'll break it down together and try to come up with some wild theories about who or what this could be. Evil twin, clone, or maybe something even darker. Get ready because this is going to be fun or terrifying. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to stay updated on all the latest news about Garten of Banban 8. In this channel, we dive into new details, hidden clues, exclusive images, and crazy fan theories. And of course, don't forget to leave a like to support the video. Alright, now that we're all set, are you ready to discover this mysterious new character? Let's take a close look at this strange Banban-like creature. This is the post from the official Japanese account. A post that, strangely enough, very few people have noticed, but it might reveal something super important about the future of the game. As many of you already know, the Japanese account doesn't post random content. No, what's shown there is part of the official merchandise, so every object, every image, every character that appears in those posts is approved by the developers and should be considered canon, meaning part of the official Garten of Banban universe. But let's go back to the post. The image that was published is a real-life photo where we can see a person wearing a Nub-Nub costume. So far, nothing unusual, right? Considering Nub-Nub is one of the most popular characters, but this is exactly where things get interesting. If we look closely at the image, Nub-Nub is not alone. In his arms, he's holding a very strange plush toy, something we've never seen before in any official chapter of the game. At first glance, this plush looks a lot like Banban, but there's one detail that immediately stands out. The colors are completely different. It's not Banban's usual bright red, but something different, something that might suggest an alternate version or even a completely new character. And this is where the theories start to form, because as we said, everything shown on this account is official. So the question comes naturally, who is this strange plush? Is it really Banban in an alternate version? A clone? A brother? There are so many possibilities and all of them are fascinating. So now it's time to start theories together. We're going to take a close look at the image, analyze every detail of the plush and try to figure out what's really hiding behind this mysterious appearance. Let's start with the first theory. According to this theory, the mysterious plush we see in the photo could represent a brand new character, very similar to Banban but with a completely different identity. In fact, if we take a good look at the image, it's clear that the colors of the plush are totally different from the Banban we know. This isn't just a slight variation, it's an entirely new color palette that changes the whole appearance of the character. And this color difference might be the key to understanding who this really is. In the world of Garten of Banban, it wouldn't actually be the first time we've seen characters with the same base shape, but different colors and details. Think for example of Banbalina, who is literally a female version of Banban, but with a completely different design. Or Flambeau, another official character, who shares Banban's shape, but with unique characteristics. Both of these characters have visual traits in common with Banban, like the body structure or the eyes, but they stand out with personality, colors and style. So it wouldn't be strange at all if the developers decided to introduce a new Banban variant. And if this plush really represents one of those new characters, then this photo could be an official teaser, a little hidden hint in the merchandise to prepare fans for a new addition to the cast. Let's not forget that the Euphoric brothers love to hide important clues in the most unexpected places, and official plush toys and costumes have always been used to promote characters before they show up in the games. So, to sum it up, this could not be Banban but someone who looks a lot like him, and it could be a new playable character, or maybe a new ally, or even a new enemy with a deep connection to Banban himself. One thing is certain, this is not just a random plush. And if it's been shown in an official photo, then something big is coming. Now let's move on to the second theory, which takes a completely different approach from the first one. According to this idea, the plush we see in the photo doesn't represent a mysterious new character or a new Banban-like ally at all, but could simply be a new official variant of the Banban plush, maybe even a limited edition release. This theory comes from something very common in the world of video game merchandising, especially when we're talking about popular and highly followed games like Garten of Banban. In fact, it often happens that the producers of official plush toys and gadgets decide to create alternate versions of the characters, different from how they appear in the game. Sometimes they do this to celebrate special events, like an anniversary, a major convention, or even the release of a new chapter in the series. In these cases, the characters keep the same basic shape and appearance, but they get new colors, materials, or aesthetic details. And that might perfectly explain the presence of this plush with completely different colors from the classic Banban. So it could very well be a simple but totally official variant of the Banban plush, maybe designed to be sold only in Japan or for a very limited time, making it a rare collectible item. We have also to consider that the photo was posted on the official Japanese account, which is mainly focused on promoting official merchandise. So it could be possible that this image is simply meant to showcase a new version of the Banban plush, maybe made as a limited edition for collectors and fans. Of course, even if it's just a plush variant, that doesn't take away from the importance of the image. In fact, it could still give us clues about the kind of aesthetics or themes we might see in upcoming official content. Developers often work closely with merchandising producers, and sometimes ideas go from the plushies into the game or the other way around. Now I want to talk to you about a third theory, which in my opinion is much less likely than the previous ones, but I still decided to include it for completeness and also because it could offer an interesting point of reflection. This theory, in a way, is directly connected to the second one, the one that talked about the alternative variant of the Banban plush. But in this case, instead of staying only in the world of merchandise, the idea is that this alternative version of Banban could actually appear inside the game. According to this theory, Banban might have a new transformation, represented by this color change, so the plush we see in the photo wouldn't just be a collectible item, but a sort of teaser of a future alternate form of Banban, maybe tied to a specific story event or a psychological change in the character. It would be like this colored version represents a special or secondary mode of Banban, a moment where he changes appearance, behavior, or powers. It's definitely a fascinating theory, and it makes us think about how much the developers love to experiment with character transformations and evolution. However, and I want to be honest here, personally I don't think this theory is very realistic. Banban already has his own well-defined transformations within the game, especially his hellish form, which is already a very powerful and terrifying version. Adding a new transformation with just a color change, without a real narrative meaning, wouldn't make much sense in the context of the current story. It seems more like an aesthetic choice tied to merchandise rather than something designed for gameplay. That said, with a game like Garten of Banban, we can never be 100% sure. The Euphoric brothers have constantly surprised us with plot twists, sudden transformations, and hidden elements everywhere. So even if this theory is unlikely, it's not completely out of the question, and it still serves as a creative spark to imagine new scenarios and future developments. Thank you so much for watching the video until the end. If you're as passionate about Garten of Banban as I am, stay tuned, because there are many more videos, theories, breakdowns and news coming soon about Chapter 8 and beyond. Thanks for watching. Bye bye!